So Friday the 9th of April, guys. I just heard on the news. I was listening to the radio, and they were talking about the Duke of Edinburgh, and I thought it was a programme about him at first. And then the more they talked, the more I just suddenly had a moment of realising that he's obviously died. I think they said it was announced at 12 noon, but he died this morning at Windsor Castle, age 99. 99. I don't know whether I'm more sort of amazed by 99 or more like annoyed by the 2 months off 100. But yeah, just what a length of time to be on this earth, and all the things he would have lived through, things he would have experienced. I actually find it quite fascinating as well. I've heard before about some of his upbringing and backstory, what he lived through, and his mum going to hospital for mental health issues, and then his they were saying about his having 3 sisters, or was it 4, and that literally they were all married off within a year, and he pretty much came over to England and was sort of adopted over here. So yeah, it just got me really intrigued, I think, by a bit more to do with his background history, because I think when a lot of people used to initially think of the Duke of Edinburgh, I have to say, what used to come to mind, first of all, was that he was always, or appeared, the way it was presented, what you'd hear, was he could be, could get quite, he had a bit of a temper, but another big piece was that he was known for putting his foot in it, for want of a better term, and perhaps, yeah, speaking a bit out of turn. And then that just, but there's obviously so much else to him. When they were talking about him on the radio, it really made me think of and inspired me to think about reading or understanding more of him and his background. And I said before, I love that idea of history and legacy and where you come from and what makes you who you are, and your background, your upbringing. Some of my lives have been sharing about, almost journaling to my mum and to my daughter, but also that always reminds me often of things from when we were younger, and how that, sort of influences and affects you. But then also how you choose to progress and move that forward in your own life. There may be things that you think, I really want, to develop those, maintain those qualities and those sort of things that you inherit from family. But then there's other things that you may not want at all, and may want to sort of move away from and change. And it also made me think about the idea of, the traditional classic legacy. What would people be saying about you if you weren't here and you died? And not just that, actually, more intentional. What do you want them to say about you? And if you know what you would like them to be saying about you, then is the way you're living your life and the things that you're doing right now, are they supporting what you want people to say about you or not? And certainly if not, then there's still, while you're here and you've got breath, there's still time. So if not, then what do you need to do to change and affect other people's thoughts and views on yourself? Because everybody has the ability to change themselves, to affect how others perceive them, to affect how they impact and influence on others' lives. you know, people have been known as the, I don't know, the worst people ever, or they've committed serious crimes and so on, and yet people still can and do change. They go on to do great things. That's my question, really, more about the what else do you need to do, to say, to action, to influence what is and will be your legacy, and what others will have to say about you. Some people might turn around and say, well, I don't care, when I'm gone. It's fair enough, but that's not really how I want my life to be, and I don't think a lot of other people do, really. You know, it's what they call that, you know, for example, so what would it be, 99 years, so, oh, don't quote me on this, 2021, but the dash between when Duke of Edinburgh was born and, you know, the 9th of April 21 now, you know, the idea of what does the dash represent, that little line, that tiny dash that represents masses and masses of stuff you can't even comprehend. I mean, the dash is just, gosh, it doesn't do it justice, does it, really? But there is that piece as well about, well, what does that, can that dash really mean, and to make that dash worthwhile, so grab life and opportunities, grab it for all it's worth. And I was talking to somebody else the other day who's just starting up their own work, their own business, and they were saying, you know, they really want to sort of help others to leave you know, jobs that just don't serve, that they just get really bogged down with, and just disheartened, and actually can affect their mental well-being, you know, when it gets that severe. And they were questioning, you know, lots of reasons as to why people stay in a job that just isn't right for them, doesn't fit for them, isn't fulfilling, and that they feel really quite passionate about wanting to help people to get out, you know, to have the skills, the guts, the bravery, the whatever else it takes to leave something that they know is just not enabling, not empowering, not fulfilling, not serving a purpose. Lots of food for thought there. So just leaving you with that question about the legacy. What do you want other people to say about you, and are your actions and what you're doing, what you're saying, really supporting that moving forward? Have the rest of a fruity Friday, and I shall speak to you later, guys. Take care, bye.